They open up. It is quite small. Ooh, that's loud. A bit lower on my end. Hmm. Maybe. Okay, a bit better. Voice volume. Make it much. Okay, I like going into games blind. So I have no idea what this game is really about, except for what this intro has given me. I don't know if it's more of a detective game or if it's kind of an Ace Attorney with birds and other animals. My first, 1848. The Chateau Crinière of Baron Orgel. Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh mon dieu. Dame Cataline, what have you done? What have you done? A cat with claws. Oh, there's me. Sparrowson. It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Or is that me? Well, 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 look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about you? The early bird falcon? Ugh, too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon. Give me. It's wine, I assume. Ooh, that is loud music, isn't it? I make it or a lot less, actually. About 10 should be good enough. Right. There we go. Options. Make it less. Ah, that's a lot better. There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business. A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. All right. Dear Monsieur Fox, I am writing to you today because my daughter, Dame Catherine, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Conciergerie, prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your aid. Now it's turning kind of German. Yours sincerely, Signor Pourtoir Demio of the Demio estate. Okay. Well, this is quite something. I know. Your first serious client in months. Not just that, the Demio estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much from Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Wow, so I suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline in court. And here is when I start being annoying and saving. Wait, saving and quitting. No, shit. Yep. Wait. Wait. Without saving. Load the previous day, I guess. Or continue. Can I continue? Huh. Interesting. So did it not save? And I made save and quit. With clause. Hey, we've already been through this. Interesting. This is a weird... Is it a bug? I thought it would let me... It didn't even let me skip. I thought it would let me, like, save in different... Without saving... I can't just save in different slots. Okay. I wasn't aware. Yes, of course I intend on doing so. Of course, it would be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Very good, person. We're going to find our kitty client at la conciergerie. Excellent. My derrière is getting tired of all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor de Vigneau's letter first. One moment, Falcon. His letter has been added to your evidence. My evidence folder, yay. You may access the evidence folder at any time by clicking. Ah, nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that again. I recall you losing it at New Year's party. And at Christmas. Yes, alright, no need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. 20 francs. 20 francs. You may see how much money he is carrying at any time by clicking on it. Let's make a move. Welcome to the map screen. From here, you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location name or a location node, I'm guessing. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. January 3rd. A and the AA office. A sign on the door reads, the Aviary attorney offices, no case is too big or too small, no junk mail. And la concierge. Go. Falcon and Sparrison step into the stone-cold foyer of the concierge. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath archways. Ah, the conciergerie. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable. Cells are spotless. The guards are well mannered. What do you want? Good day, monsieur. I am here to see Dame Catherine Demieux. I am due to represent her in court. Oh, you're a lawyer, huh? Fine, fine, follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. He's so cute! I have Sabbath on my lap. It is just so much better to know. What the hell is that game? I don't know. Matt gave it to me. Look, he thought I would enjoy it, and so far, I like the aesthetics. I can't complain. I like it. She's super cute. Look at the animations. Look at the aesthetics. I love this kind of drawing. It's lovely. It's great. You're having a time here. My pa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Kathleen Demieux, I presume. You've arrived, the fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petit assistant, Sparrison. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrison. Sorry. My papa told me that he would only hire the best lawyers in town. and flattered. But they weren't available at such a time, so he hired the first people in the interest directory. Oh. You see, Falcon? I told you listing under Aviary attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Dame Cataline, would you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know? Okay. Happened on a night. Who was there that evening? Did you see anything suspicious? Let's go with who was there that evening. Dame Cataline, who attended the banquet that evening? Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest mama couldn't make it. There was Baron Roquet. Don't know how to say that. Who hosted the dinner, and his housemate, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Grenouille. Well, you know, he died. Loving the names so far, they're great. And there was Monsieur Robicio, the Robinho, the man with camera. But he was only there for a while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Yes. What happened? What exactly happened on the night of night? Oh, let me think. It was a Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crinière, the home of great Baron Roquet. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grenouille and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner, they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with a what took your what? Wish you. Camera! It's a very new. Oh, okay. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. Wow, really. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, person. Yeah, I don't either. Let me believe. Still, camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make note of it. Camera has been added to your evidence. How can I? A photographer named Robichaud attended the bank. Yep. Get out. Please continue, Dame Catherine. So after we had So after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air. And that's when I found the body of Monsieur. He was all ripped open. The housemaid saw me standing over the froggy Monsieur and called for help. And then, police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. He was a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur? Did you see anything suspicious? Dame Catherine, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like maybe a guy lurking in shadows or a bloodied murder. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you are looking for an easy answer. You got me. I did not see anything. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious. Conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until these. I see. Wait, Falcon! You missed something of huge importance. I did? Dame Catherine, you said food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was. That's not... You didn't ask. You're in your damn stomach. Let me see. We had poached red herring. We start garnished with the garlic. Okay, that looks good. Go on. Then marble stinks of perfect bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. Write it all down, please, for me. Fine, fine. Red herring has been added to your evidence. Bloody rare steak has been added to your Patterson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on this topic. Come to think of it, I did find that we weren't given any cutlery. That is interesting, but also, if a frog was invited, why would the main dishes a fish and a steak? No cutlery? Even for the steak? Nope. You would think that the great Baron Chateau Crinière would have gorgeous seafood, but there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? No, I think that would be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Crinière and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down the supposed photographer, Monsieur Robichaud de Robignon. 2 days for 2 tasks seems doable. We should get back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you? I believe in justice. Believe you. I do believe you, but I believe in justice. I believe that a fragile can draw the truth from any situation. I believe in justice. That's good to hear. You're not wrong, Falcon, but that's not what the lady needs to hear. You might want to work on being less of a, how to put it, son of a whore. Christ. If serving justice makes me a fille de pute, then I'll wear that title. No, you won't. Please stop it. It's an insult to your mother. Dame Cataline, Monsieur Grenouille, Baron Roquel. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they? Not really. Not particularly. Yeah, no, they're all puns. Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook so that I can keep track of who everyone is. I find that marvelous. A what? A Facebook, a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy to carry catalog. I think I understand. The name could use a little work though. Person has started compiling a Facebook. Fantastic. So Aviary attended himself. Sparrison, Falcon's suave and courageous lackey, was a handsome fellow. Bourtois de Mio, so this is her father, the wealthy father of Dame Catherine. Bourtois hired us to defend Dame Catherine. Pock, an ill-mannered jailkeeper, seems to feel disgust for criminals and for animals in general. Catherine de Mio, the elegant bourgeois doctor of Seigneur de Mio, she has been accused of murdering Monsieur Grenouille and Grenouille, the froggy businessman who was found murdered at Chateau Crinière, a colleague of Bourtois and Roquet. But didn't he have like a handmaid that came with it? Did she bring like special food for him? The host not feed. The host seems like an ass, really. You can access a list of people you have met at any time by clicking the. Why is there no Monsieur Jorge or Jorge yet? Is it because I haven't met him? But I haven't met like Vladimir yet in person. Let's make a move. A new day. The game says automatically at the start of each new day. Okay. But you can also make a quick save at any time by selecting save and quit from the menu. Okay. You can access the pause menu by clicking on the cog symbol in the upper left corner or by pressing the escape key. Oh, there is a cog where I can barely see it. Studio de Grignon, Chateau de Crinière. Let's go to the studio, man. I want to see that photo. So, this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvelous artist Monsieur Robichaud de Robineau is currently out on an artistic mission. He shall return when his muse sees fit. When his muse sees fit? What's that even mean? I think it means that he is a pretentious bird brain. But in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now? We should knock anyway. Alright. I don't see the harm. Nope. Doesn't seem like he's in. We should break in. Oh, I'm tempted. Let's break in. We should break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe. Monsieur Gégé Falcon. I would have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such reckless displays of unlawful barbarism. You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over. It's a brilliant suggestion. Send back our body to Darktown. I love Sparrison. He's great. He's in mood. Wait, just like that? Should we discuss this first? Bam! What in bird Jesus' name was that? You said you wanted to break in. I thought we could find an open window. I didn't think you would turn into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here, we ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very swanky? I was going to say ostentatious. That's just swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed in could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help us in our case, and get out. In investigation mode, you are free to examine the scenery of the room. Ooh! Click on an item of interest and Falcon will examine it in closer detail. When you have had enough, or when you can find nothing else to examine, click on the X in the top right corner. Okay. Select an area to examine. Let's examine the fireplace. No? Oh, okay, so it needs to... Okay. So let's examine that. I see paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not sure what the clear liquid in the bottle is. I could taste test it. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now. So let's not. Select an area. I see a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse. Okay. I see a bourgeois tigress in profile. Select an area to examine. Okay. Okay. This appears to be a photograph of a ladder, symbolic of climbing towards success, perhaps. It looks more like a stepladder to me. Oh no, we're not getting into that old argument. A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this must have been taken from the Notre Dame Cathedral itself. A butterfly, or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white. This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. I hate you. Ugh, terrible. Okay. A lighthouse? No. Wait. It's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I squint and turn my head sideways, it's a black smudge falcon. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me. How illegal is this? You know, breaking in and entering, rifling through a person's belongings. A little illegal, very illegal. It's cool, we're lawyers. It's okay. A recently passed amendment allows for proportionate amounts of property damage in the pursuit of criminal evidence. I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials. It sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Garrison. Yeah, fair. This is a picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favorite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. Okay. A picture of a sailing ship on a windy day. Okay. Maybe going to the next room. Hey, Falcon, look! What, it's just an easel. Oh, the easel. No, no, no! Look at what's on the easel! Oh, wow. That's a giraffe! This must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. Is that the handmaid? There's no question about it. I see a housemaid. Named Catherine, and I think that's Signor Courtois, Catherine's father. So what shall we do? Do we just take this? We should take it. We should leave it. We should take it. We've come this far. We might as well borrow it. Studio photograph has been added to your evidence folder. Is there anything else we need to do here? I don't think so. I think we've... Oh. A chandelier! You should get one of those for the office. I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. Oh, I have a chandelier. It's from IKEA. It's cheap. It looks good. I guess we're done. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. Uh-oh. Oh, mon dieu. What happened to my door? Lie. Some kids did it. Little weasel types. We saw them. Yeah, weasels. They were all like, let's break into this art guy's house. And we were all like, no, weasels, you cannot do that because that would be illegal. And then they were all like, we chased them off. That's simple. Well, thank you, I suppose. Let's make a move. Trial day is approaching fast. Right, let's go. A new day. So, Chateau Cluny. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Crinière. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Oh, he's so cute. Excusez-moi, monsieur. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I sick and starving. I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change. You have 20 francs in your wallet. What will you do? Is 1 franc enough? Ben, 10. Fine. I'm not using it for now. Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Oh, wow. Bless you, monsieur. Bless you. The tum. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure a mother and a child can make it through the last of winter is the least I can do. But what am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson. We've got business to do. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau. Whoa, look at this place. Baron Rourke must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine. Is he here right now? Yes, he's the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. We must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron! We'd like a word! How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Did I hear my name? Great Baron Rourke, property owner extraordinaire at your service. Who might you fellows be? More investigators? Yeah, we're policemen. No, we're attorneys. No, we're attorneys. Not quite. I am private attorney, J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate, Sparrison. Lawyers, eh? You know, you aren't the first to have passed through here today. Oh. Yes, yes, this jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious. Do you know who he was, Sparrison? Perhaps. I have a hunch. Sorry, hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial. Oh, God. A friend of yours? Something like that. So, what may I do for you, monsieur? We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Oh, of course. Such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner, and that's why I didn't have any food for him, only fish and meat. I suppose you, monsieur, would be wanting to see the crime scene for yourself. Actually, yes, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guests. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. Wasn't he killed on a staircase? You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the... unfortunate incident. Oh, can we see the finished photograph? I'm afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time. Shit, is the photograph we took unfinished? That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you are done with your investigations. So, shall we go first? Let's have a lounge. Space. Second floor, third door to the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst! Hey, Falcon! You see that? See what? The housemaid totally did something shifty. Shifty? I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it. Excuse me, mademoiselle? Ah! Yes. Are you two policemen? No, no. We're private attorneys. My name's J.J. Falcon. J.J. Falcon is such a... And I'm Sparrison. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colin Duhot. So, what can I help you, messieurs, with today? We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? That's fine. Let me just grab a chair. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask? Is this where the photograph was taken? Is there something we should know? That's all. You're a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess? No, I suppose. I'm just a little nervous after all the trauma last week. Pressure her is off. Are you sure there isn't anything you're hiding? It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts. Right, and, wait, what? No, that is not an accurate job description, Sparrison. It isn't? Oh, what do you do then? I'll tell you later. Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Is this where the photograph is taken? We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room? Oh yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for us. Let's see. Cameraman was standing. about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon. And where was the camera pointed? Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location. Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know. The painting on it totally clashes with the decor. I was thinking more along more obvious lines. The clock has no hands. Oh, that clock has never had any hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rochelle just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make a note of it. Missing clock hands have been added to your evidence. Is there something else you wanted to ask? No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. It's no problem, monsieur. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me the third degree. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams and, never mind, I'm harmed. It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have a much larger crime to worry. Although I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps? Ah! You know about that? Yeah, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I think the Baron would miss those. But, yeah, I suppose the habit got a little away. That's one mystery solved at least. Missing silverware has been added to your evidence. I would appreciate it if you didn't tell me. He's really kind, and I would hate to break his trust. I see. So, where to next, Big Bird? Can I go back to them? Oh, it looks like the housemaid has moved on to another room. Doesn't matter, we got all the important information we needed, didn't we? Look at it. Main hall. Did you, monsieur, have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. Actually, you haven't visited the garden yet. We definitely need to do that. Dame Cataline said that she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain. Oh, it's by the fountain, okay. So this must be the very spot where the murder took place. Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. The crime scene investigation thing. Yeah, you know, that thing where you get all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail. You mean search for evidence? Yeah, do that! That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time that the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. Oof! That's a slight, isn't it? Okay. Gotcha. And a beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. I'm gonna hate this, aren't I? Oh, that's unfortunate. Please don't. I'm begging you. Yeah, eventually you realized that it was just filling up on horse with, terrible. Is there one pun in every investigation? Just first to suffer. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar, and the barkeep says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No, the barkeep says, "You've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the table." I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. I agree. Oh. But they're only fun if I'm making them. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid, carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to take a closer look, just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose you should. Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin. Me? No way! If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around the fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it. Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So it'll be heads or tails, Napoleon face, or blunt squiggles. I think, isn't heads always heavier? If I pick tails, it'll pick me, so I'm gonna go with heads. It could go either way. Put all on heads. Don't let me down, old emperor. Here I go. It's tails. Roll up your pantaloons, Falcon. You're going for a swim. Fuck. Gah! Fine. Hold my shoes. Wait, so it's tails. Oh, then the one who I picked wrong because I didn't understand. Well, damn it. Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. You're a bitch, you know that, Sparrowson. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Ah, you're back! Had a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is it? It's round and sticky and it smells weird. Don't tell me you picked up a very wet cigar butt, possibly belonging to Baron Rochelle. Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all. I'll stash it in the evidence folder just in case. Cigar butt has been added to your evidence folder. Is there anything else we need you to do here? There's dried blood on staircase. This must be where the Monsieur Greenwee died. Do you see any bloody footprints? Ooh, or maybe a name scrawled in blood, written with the frog's last breath. Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved, or that the frog was left at the last minute, or that the frog left at the last minute. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Grenouille was attacked and killed on a staircase. A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Please stop. Would you say it behooves you? Okay. No. No, I would not. Baron Rochelle certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little chirp people creep me out. Maybe should be waddling, not attempting saddleless horseback riding. This is all. Missed anything? I think we're done here. Good call. But you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time. Don't push your luck. Go back to the lounge a little bit. Did you messieurs have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. We had a good look, thank you, Baron, but we actually have some questions for you. Please ask away. I have nothing to hide. About your house. You met your housemaid, Colleen Duhort. She's a courteous young lady, isn't she? Yeah, she's quite... Yeah, I'm not gonna out her. Yeah, she was more than willing to help us with our investigation. I'm glad to hear it. Did you two want to ask something else? Can I murder? Baron Rochelle, I would like to ask about your activities on the night of the murder. Oh, am I in trouble? We'll see. No, that's not at all. No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture. I see. Let me think. The guests arrived at 5 o'clock, and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That's such a weird thing. Dinner at 6 is criminal. That part went magnificently. Desculpa, Sabbath. Oh, sorry, he didn't like that I moved, but my legs are starting to fall. Tu não vai embora. Pronto, okay. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. Hi. My housemate discovered the crime scene soon after that. Oh, she's the one who discovered it. I see. Is there something else I can help you, Monsieur with? Okay. I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, Monsieur. Monsieur.
Did you get all the information you needed, Falcon?
I hope so.
Don't worry. If everything goes wrong in a trial, we could always just wing it.
Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. A new day. I want to go to the studio.
Falcon, it's a trial day. Stop messing around. We need to head to the courthouse already. No! We are going to be late. Shit.
Well, Palais de Justice. You never talked to the photographer? Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal of the Clannis.
Are you nervous, Falcon? Yep.
Of course I'm nervous. We're woefully underprepared for this case. 2 days! We only had 2 days to prepare. How are we expected to get anything done in that time frame? I agree.
Calm your feathers, Falcon. We can do this.
Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson. Is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things.
Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case.
That's wonderful. I just know you two will put it through.
Let's move it along, fellas.
I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon.
We will. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. I think this case should be dismissed on lack of evidence, because no murder weapon was found, she had no motive. Everything was purely circumstantial, like Judge Maxime. Alright, settle down, everyone, settle down! Is everybody here? JJ Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Rupert Remington present. Ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn, that's not it. Oh, gosh, where are my notes? I knew it.
Knew what?
Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes.
Oh, was he smart?
No, he was only scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he humbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag.
That's good to know, but say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in class, then who scored the lowest?
I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. There it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Are the jury all present? Jury? Did the Frenchmen have juries? That seems like a very American thing. Judge Courtenay. All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Hey, Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for a case like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats and the assesseurs, the associate judges. Accessoire is accessories. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Kathleen de Mule. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand.
Oh, gosh, are we done already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Valerti, to the witness stand.
Inspector Valerti, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Inspector Just Valerti. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. You don't need to go on a soliloquy, do you? Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bubbling, cuddly officers, but instead, we're stuck with the lovely goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. Ahem. So, Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case?
That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime.
Then, perhaps you can walk us through what you have witnessed upon your arrival?
Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid, Baron Roquel. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Kathleen de Mule. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with his blood on her paws.
Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor?
But bloody paws? Nobody told me that detail.
Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to give the opportunity to You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony.
Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Cross-examine the witness, find flaws in his testimony. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Why do I? Select the statement question. Okay. By the housemaid. At the scene of the crime, was a sliced open corpse. Blood on her paws. Like, sliced open, but there was no, weapon that was found. That we know of. I would like to ask about the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille. Go on. How about the slash? What's the cause of death? What was Monsieur Grenouille's cause of death? That was immediately obvious when I arrived at the scene. Monsieur Grenouille had a gaping slash from shoulder to thigh. Blood was everywhere. I spoke with the coroner, and he was in agreement. The frog died from blood loss directly caused by an open wound. I see.
I suppose there's no chance of arguing that this was an unrelated injury, huh?
Do you have another question for the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille?
Yes.
The slash. Inspector, could you describe the cuts on Monsieur Grenouille's corpse? Certainly. It was a single vertical slash. It was a fine and deep cut, the sort of you would expect to see from a sharpened saber or a surgeon's knife.
Or a cat's claw?
Certainly. I don't know. Wait. You said a saber or a knife could have inflicted a wound. Isn't this a line of investigation that's worth pursuing?
Don't be daft, Falcon. Did you see or hear anything about a knife or sword at the crime scene? Well, actually, I didn't. What if I lie and say that I did? Hmm. I did. There was a sword in the main hall, wasn't there? I think the police would have noticed a thing like that. No, Monsieur Falcon. There was no sword at the crime scene. These sorts of observations are ridiculous and dangerous. Judge! I concur. Defense, please be more careful with your lines of inquiry. They're stalling. Whatever. Really? No. Um, Housemaid. Inspector, you say that you were alerted to the scene by Baron Rogel's housemaid. That is correct. That means he was already dead. Could she have been the murderer? I object! Falcon, you can't go around accusing people of murder all willy-nilly. I must agree. I saw and heard nothing that made me suspect the housemaid. No motive, no means. Falcon, do you have any reason to suspect that the housemaid was a murderer? Hmm. Hmm. I don't think I do. Uh, I don't know. Her being a thief doesn't necessarily mean... Because I don't know who the murderer could be yet. Well, no, I don't. I was just exploiting the possibility because she already knew he was dead. So why would a murderer stay at the scene of crime for that long? In any case, I saw in her nothing that made me suspect the housemaid of murder. You have another question about the housemaid? Yes. What's her name? What was her name? The housemaid's name was Colleen Duhaut. We found her running from the Chateau Crinière with tears in her eyes. Colleen. That was the thieving giraffe lady, wasn't she? We questioned her extensively, but we didn't find anything implicative. As far as the police are concerned, Colleen Duhaut is not a suspect. I know a question about the housemaid. No. I need to ask. Inspector, you say that Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Correct! Blood clung to her fur like a guilt to a convict. How much blood was there? How much blood was there on the lady's paws, Inspector? Enough of it to be clear that she had dirty her hands on the victim's body. We noticed blood on the suspect's nails, found her fingertips, and even a little around her mouth. Her mouth? How vile! The inspector's answer seems pretty definitive. I feel like the police is corrupt. Whose blood was it? Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, oh no, not again. God damn it. Yes, they ate, didn't they? I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. Oh yeah, because they ate with their hands! This is foolish, time wasting. Falcon! If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? It came from eating the steak. On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Carrington? Well, In a matter of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well, wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It's a possibility. No! Oh, intriguing. Pretty convincing. You gain a little favor. Okay, good. So, Inspector Valerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Kathleen is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She has no doubt brought us with a flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like a proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is a good question. Or at least it would have been at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happened, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. Stolen? I never recall any mention of that in the police report. You weren't aware of anything missing from the Roquet residence when we performed the initial investigation, but as it happened, Baron Roquel approached us about this very subject last night. Ah, innocent perhaps? Ooh, what a twist. You get a little favor? Sure. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation! Judge, I assure you that the most thorough investigative office on the force. Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Eh. Oh dear. You're no way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting of for your next case. Okay. Fine. So be it, Monsieur. Until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robinho, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Robinho, please approach the stand and recite the order. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It is a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could we, the witness please introduce himself to the court record? As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Robinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures. I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tu es you people. Oh, fuck you. That's a great joke. Oh, fuck you. You may have seen my works in the hip magazines Le Branché or C'est Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Let me... It's distracting. Can I hide you instead of completely removing you? There you go. Save it. Yep. I hid the chat. What on earth is a tweet? Bed-to-bed communication. Come on, Falcon. It's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes. Your works are very impressive, Monsieur Robinho. But let's get down to business. Could you tell us activities on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rochel to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening and I pointed my camera. I captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I built Baron Rochel and left. Like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I bought a copy so that you all see for yourself. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. Um, that's. I'm so glad I took that. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Roquel, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Signor Pourtoir de Mio, the father of the defendant, Dame Catherine. And finally, see housemaid Colleen Duhot, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph, and the first is the victim, Monsieur Cremy. Oh, but Baron then. The second is the defendant, Dame Catherine Demio. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Rabington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photographed subjects, we see a wall clock. Oh, with the time set at 7:30. It was a forgery. Behind the photograph subject, we see a wall clock with the time set 7:50. Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Valerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Kathleen herself. Hey, Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different from the one we borrowed from Robinho's studio. I see it too. Yep. Our photograph show. Monsieur Robinho's photograph shows Baron de Roquel, where Dame Kathleen should be standing. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down and be like, BAM! Inconsistency! This whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Robinho would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial would derail. In a worst case scenario, I would lose my legal license, and we would be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well, the defense may proceed. Waste of time if you ask me. Photographs, are rock-solid evidence. Select the station. Build 7 p.m. There you go. Monsieur Robinho, you said that you arrived at 7 o'clock? Give or take a couple of minutes, yes. How'd you know? How'd you know that you arrived at 7? Well, the clock in my house read 6:45 when I left, and the walk to Chateau Crinier is around 15 minutes. I don't claim to be a flawless timekeeper, but... Oh, that's the wrong voice. But, I am a professional, and I always stick to an appointment. Do you have another question for me, Summer Rifle? Yes. How long did it take to set up? How long did it take you to set up the camera? It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera, and ready the film. So you arrive at 7, and the photograph took place at 7:30, and you spent 25 minutes setting up. At least 5 minutes unaccounted for. Falcon, you surely aren't you insisting that Monsieur Robinho did something nefarious within this small window of time? Not necessarily, no. Not at all. I'm just trying to piece together the evening's events. I spent a little time walking with Baron Roquedale when I arrived. That's probably where the rest of the time went. Do you have another question for me on my arrival?
Let's take a closer look at this photograph. Point out the clock, will you? Is it in black and white? No, we already know. Oh, sorry. Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinho, the photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracy. That is most curious because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, monsieur, the camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photograph is it produces a flawless. Falcon, I don't see any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific? Certainly. Click on the area of the photograph that you believe contains a mistake. I could point to him, but I mean the clock. The clock in this photograph. There's something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense, sees something wrong with the, key piece of evidence that implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crenière has no hand. I can't just pass through. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rourkel or his housemate if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process? An error precisely where the clock's hand should be? Please, monsieur, don't patronize it. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands on the clock. It would have been a simple task considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. I... Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would a witness do such a thing? Isn't it obvious? Measuring the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting, and why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence! Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho. Fine! You've got me! I'm guilty! I did it all! You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Fenouil. What? No! I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear. Respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I'll chaîner no lace. His claws? Do you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime at all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artiste. Good day, monsieur. So, the clock's hands were painted on, so what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Catalina's absent close to the time of murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It's possible that Dame Catalina was painted out. Even worse, it was possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. Yeah, but again, not more lap time. You're so spoiled. My streams are mostly just you coming in and out of my lap. Come on, come on. Bump the mic. So, what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Senor Bourtois de Mio, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Senor Bourtois to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rochelle deliberately tried to frame Dame Catherine? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Rabington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion.
Baron, it's not a time for your witness testimony yet.
So you would think, prosecutor. And yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence.
Incompetence?
Indeed. Let us proceed with the witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objections. No? No objections here? Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening.
Oh, okay, Baron. Okay, on the night of
The initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Catherine followed behind him moments later. Signor Bourtois, Monsieur Robignol, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Catherine. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from here. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, garçon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that Baron Roquel am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Ah. Hmm. Let's go with Monsieur Grenouille. Baron Roquel, I have some questions about Monsieur Grenouille. God rest his soul. What was your relation with? What was your relation with Monsieur Grenouille prior to his demise? We were business partners. Monsieur Grenouille, Senor Bourtois de Mio, and myself all owned a third share in an up-and-coming railway company. Excuse the crassness of this question, but that means that you and Senor Bourtois would now own half of the company each, correct? Correct. I suppose that's a slight glimmer of benefit that arose from this foul situation. But Monsieur, you must understand that Monsieur Grenouille and I were friends, and as much as we were business associates, I mourned the man's passing. Of course. Any questions? Why visit the garden? Why did Monsieur Grenouille leave to visit the garden? I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear. Yeah, you gave a frog fish and meat. So from the beginning, I suspected him a little bit because that's an aggro thing to do, isn't it? Very passive aggressive thing to do. It's like the what was it? The story, fox and the not a seagull, the long beaked ones that bring in the stork and the fox. That story. where one invites the other to go eat at their house, but like the food is like the fox invited the stork to come to eat at their house, and it was on a plate or something. One of them did it first, um, and the food was on a plate, so the stork with the beak couldn't like pick the grains off the plate because it's very difficult. And the stork then invites the fox to their house and serves them like soup on a big funnel, so the stork could put their beak in and reach it, but the fox obviously couldn't fit through um, and reach the actual food. And in the end, they kind of reach an agreement and they eat. They either eat on their own, like specialized way of eating, or they like pick a food that they both can enjoy together. Oh, I see. But that is quite coincidental timing, isn't it? How so? Well, Monsieur Grenouille felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived, and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness. Hold on, Falcon. Surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Grenouille's food was poisoned in some way? No. No, no, no. There's nothing to indicate poisoning. I just found the timing somewhat puzzling. There's nothing puzzling about it. Monsieur Grenouille had always had a soft stomach. It's really no surprise that he wouldn't keep down a good, rare steak. And the dinner. Baron Rochelle, I would like to ask about the dinner you served that evening. Very well, ask away. The red herring, like... Now, about the red herring. Yes, what about it? I'm not sure, but I feel it is of vital importance to the case. Falcon, I just want to clarify this. Are you saying that you wish to pursue the red herring? No, I'm not an idiot. Um, I don't... This is a very passive-aggressive way of writing it. I have to. Yes, I was too close to examine and question the piece of evidence that is overtly labeled as the red herring. This is the type of bird that I am. I see a trail that clearly veers away from my goal, but I follow it anyway. They are bashing me for picking that. Perhaps the path leads to better things, perhaps it leads to failure. What matters is that my curiosity is satisfied. You're a strange bird, Falcon. Jerry is confused by rambling, but they appreciate your honesty. You don't gain or lose. Okay. Thank you. Can we please return to the case at hand? Yes. Grand stone cutlery. Earlier today, we established that the silverware was stolen from your residence prior to the banquet. Indeed, I am aware of whom the culprit is, but I have decided not to press charges. Oh, that's sweet. It is curious then that you decided to serve steak. It isn't what one would describe as finger food, after all. I don't know about that, Falcon. With the right attitude, all food can be finger food. There is nothing curious about it. Seigneur Bourtois and Dame Catherine are vocal lovers of red steak, and I am merely suited to their needs. Besides, what other choice did the Baron have, Falcon? To serve vegetable broth like a common peasant? To be quiet. Do be quiet, prosecutor. You sound ridiculous. Sorry, Baron. I have a question about dinner? No. He's not breaking. Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves. I really want to know about the horses, but... Well, okay. When was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I... I quite... I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my garden for years. You just perjured yourself, you bitch! Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I don't wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and was that? Perhaps we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently? Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. Got it. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin, right beside where the murder occurred. Uh, a cigar butt? That could only belong to anybody, and Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Uh, sorry, Pattern. It is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help in the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon? There is a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. As it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. God damn it, Sparson. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Roquel, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activity. Did I know? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Roquel, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen. There is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. I have no evidence. No means to motive, no opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rodel as a prime suspect. You want the means? Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robinho confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. That is preposterous! And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very scientific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of handleless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something! Object! Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at a crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have the time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Seigneur Courtois de Meaux, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage! I demand that you disbar this raging ranting lunatic. No, there is only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind. How dare you, garçon? The utter nerve of a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I love his hair. His mane. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I respectable, hardworking capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous web! I had to gut you right here now, like a damn frog! Could, um, would someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man. To the conciergerie with you.
Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. It's quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to do with that?
I, well, in a matter of, speaking, well, to be honest, no.
Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this.
Falcon! That was pretty incredible.
Thank you. I just hope it was enough. This felt a lot like Phoenix, right? Just winging it.
What do you mean? You just proved Kathleen's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure.
Person, I think you misunderstood something important about the justice system.
What's that?
I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It is not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Kathleen's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty.
I'm not sure I understand the difference.
We have reached a decision. In light of recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made in the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Kathleen Demio, to be not guilty.
Yes! Monsieur Falcon, petit Parson, you did it.
Yes, I suppose we did, didn't we?
We gotta head back to the office so he can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon!
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you, Biss. I'll go get one bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You're amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, it was nothing.
I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything. Ferguson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts on the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you were actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spare that for you.
Wait, was she actually guilty? No.
I admitted, Monsieur Grenouille.
What?
I saw him in the garden, all drunk in front of her, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand.
You're fucking with me. Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rogue's cigar, but hidden in the garden.
Oh, I put that in there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinho to paint me over Baron Rochelle and to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish ordering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very bad. What's with the silence? You should be pretty proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who would have won a case like this, even for a bourgeoisie kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for celebrations. Easy payments for your service, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, petit Sparrowson. Falcon? What do you do now? Falcon?
Did I lose the game? Your game has been set. You wish to continue or watch me struggle with my fucking moral compass. January 7th, 1848. The Palais du Louvre. Let us be reasonable, senor. Oh, let us be reasonable, senor. I'm sorry that. Wait. I missed it. There is no misunderstanding. The name of the king. I arrest that Spaniard. Oh, it's Spaniard. Oh, that poor. So a fox among wolves. I think I'll do this next time. I don't have the emotional energy right now. I'm so distraught. Oh my goodness. She was guilty. Fuck. What the fuck? Ah. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I need to leave. I need to. I don't know. I need to go make myself a cup of tea and go to bed. This was too much. What the fuck? I love this game. I'm loving it, really. It's a great game so far. The dialogue is great, the characters are great, the art is great, and the fucking twist at the end was so unexpected. So fucking unexpected. Maybe it would have been different if we had questioned Robinho? Maybe? No. Was it always supposed to end that way? Were we supposed to fail? Shit. Was I supposed to not take her case? I guess we'll never know. No, I'll replay the game one day and try and figure out the other the other endings because this can't be it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Bye bye.